Alright folks, so today Garmin is rolling out a bunch of new updates for lots of their devices, including their Forerunners, Fenixes, Edge bike computers, and tons more. So I just want to do a quick video to give you a rundown of all these updates that should be dropping today. So first up, let's talk about a pretty neat navigation feature coming to the Fenix 7, Epix series, Forerunner 965, as well as their Edge bike computers, and that's a new pin drop navigation feature. So what you can do with this new feature is utilize the Apple Maps app on your iPhone to share a location that you can use for navigation with your compatible device. So all you have to do is go into your Maps app, find a location, whether that's a point of interest or any other place on the map, open up the share function, share that location with the Garmin Connect app, and then just choose your device. And then what happens from here is that the Garmin Connect app just automatically pushes that location to your compatible device. So like here, it just automatically opens up a list of appropriate sport profiles on my Epix Pro that I can use to navigate to that location. And then once you start your activity, it'll take a little bit to calculate your route, and the time just kind of depends on how complex the route will be, and then away you go. And this will be very similar behavior that you'll have on compatible Garmin Edge bike computers. And this works both if you're not doing an activity like the example I just showed you there, but also during an existing activity where you just share the location with Garmin Connect. Garmin Connect just pushes that to your device while you're doing your activity, and then just gives turn-by-turn directions to get to that location. And the reason this feature is so nice is that it's just a much more convenient way of finding a location and then navigating to that location quickly. You can certainly use the existing navigation features on your device to find a location, but that's just less convenient on a watch or a bike computer where it's just simply a lot easier to whip out your phone, find the location, then just send that to Garmin Connect. Now, there's a couple things to note about this new feature. So first off, this feature is only available for the devices that have map functionality like their higher end Fenixes, Epix Pro, Forerunner 965 and 955, as well as the Edge 1040, 840, and 540 bike computers. And the reason for this is that it needs those underlying maps to provide turn-by-turn directions, and it is specific directions based on activity type. So if you choose hiking, it'll give the best pedestrian route. If you choose cycling, it'll give the best cycling route. And the other thing to note is that it's only for the Apple Maps app on an iPhone at this point, and Google Maps isn't supported, and this also isn't available for Android phones. So I'm not sure if and when that's actually coming, but that's obviously something we definitely need to see, is Google Maps integration as well as Android support. And then something else new related to navigation is that they have enhancements to turn point alerts while using a route or a course, specifically during trail activities like gravel biking, mountain biking, trail running, or hiking. And what this change is all about is actually weeding out unnecessary turn notifications. So what happened before is that if the trail made a sudden left or right turn, but there wasn't actually a junction in the trail, it would still give you a turn alert. And I actually mentioned this in a video I did a while back. I'll have linked down in the description below, which is kind of a fun video I did about comparing navigation features between some devices. But anyways, this new enhancement eliminates some of those alerts that aren't really needed because there's really only one way that you could go. And this is technically not a change to the actual watch software, but more on the Garmin Connect side of things with new courses, because turn notifications are actually built into the course files that you download from Garmin Connect. So if you want to see or not see, I guess, this new enhancement, you'll need to re-download the course to your watch because that information is built into the course file itself. But I hope all that makes sense, and this enhancement does apply specifically to the watches that have course navigation capabilities, whether they have maps or not. And then another interesting feature dropping today is a Find My Phone feature while you're doing an activity. So let's say that you stop at a coffee shop or something like that during an activity and you set your phone down and forget it and then go on your ride, but maybe forgot exactly when and where you misplaced it. Well, your compatible device will actually alert you when it loses connection with your phone, and it'll store that last known location that you can then use to navigate to that location. And then when you do get within range, it'll alert you again that you regained a Bluetooth connection, so you'll know that you're close. And this feature is actually available for many of their watches, and it doesn't actually matter if your watch has maps or not. And this is for both iPhones as well as Android phones, by the way. And then they've also added the Garmin Messenger app for all those same watches. This allows you to send and receive messages via the Garmin Messenger app that's used in conjunction with their in-reach satellite communication devices. So here's where you can utilize messages from the wrist without having to use your in-reach device. But realistically, it is still going to be more convenient to use the Messenger app on your smartphone with your in-reach. And then there's also a rather interesting new dynamic source switching feature for running when you have an external heart rate monitor paired with your watch. So what this is supposed to do is automatically select the best source of heart rate data based on numerous factors like the quality of the wireless signal, or maybe the actual heart rate measurement is off on the external heart rate monitor, like on a chest strap. If it's super cold out or if the strap is dry, you can get kind of some weird signals. So this feature is basically supposed to automatically switch between sources for the most accurate heart rate data that's going to be collected for your activity. And then for some other features that they've added to their watches, so they've added the jet lag advisor feature to the Forerunner 255, 265, 955, and 965. And if you like all the details about how that feature works for giving you guidance to overcome jet lag, I've got an incredibly in-depth video about all that I'll have linked down in the description below. They've also added the indoor walking activity profile to a host of other watches, and they've also added recovery heart rate for lower impact activities, as well as the self-evaluation feature to more activity profiles. And then last thing for Edge users who have SRAM access components, you can now control and configure data pages with your access bonus buttons or your access blips. Anyhow, that's just a quick rundown of all the new features that are dropping today. And if you have any questions about any of these that I didn't cover, feel free to drop a comment down in the comment section down below. And make sure to also subscribe to the channel and turn those notification bells on, because June is turning into a hot month. And I'm definitely not just talking about the temperature. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Go get out there and we will see you in the next video.